All right, so I got a little thing set up here in order to talk about how inequalities are used in video games, and got a couple simple examples here. So this is Scratch, and I've gone ahead and made a really quick basic program, which right now, when the up arrow is pressed, change y by 10, meaning my balloon is going to move up 10 squares, and you can actually see what the x and y value of it are right down here. So every time I move this up, I get it goes up by 10. When I push it down, it goes down by 10. Push it right, it moves right by 10, and push it left, it moves left by 10. So this is great. This is kind of the basics of a simple moving program. And I want to add the idea that I can't move past this box. So right now I can go up here, see, and I can go right through the box. And I don't want to go through the box. I want to stop right there. And what I want to have happen is if I push up right here, I want it to not do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I've kind of already built this. I'm going to grab this right here. This is a if y position is greater than. So if y position is greater than. And I'm going to look right here where it says 76. Right there my y position is 76. I don't want it to be able to get any higher than that. So I'm going to say if my y position is 76, okay, is greater than 76. Oh, I don't want it greater than 76. So I need to make sure I grab the right one of these. I need to come down here. If my y position is less than 76, okay, if it's less than 76, now I want this to actually change. So when I push the up arrow, I only want it to change by 10 if the y position is less than 76. So right now, if I push up, notice how it's not going up. I am pushing up, if you can't tell. I can go down, and I can still go down as far as I want, and left and right. But when I go up, once I hit 76, it's going to stop right there, because it can't be any, once, if it is 70, if it's less than 76, then I'll move up, and if it's not. So what I want to do for each of these, now going down, I want to make it, and I want to stop. Let's say right, let's stop right there at the bottom of that, which would be negative 94. So I want to say if the y position is greater than negative 94, so I come in here and say negative 94, okay? So when I click the down arrow, I only want to go down if the y position is greater than negative 94. If it's not, well, then I don't want to. So I go up, I hit it here, I go down, and I hit the same thing on this side now. And it doesn't matter where I am, even if I'm outside the box, I still can't go down any further because I basically said, hey, don't change y by negative 10 unless the y position is greater than negative 94. So now I've created this box that I can move inside of. So I can do the same thing, add the sides here. So over here, this one might be a little tougher because here, like, that's good and that's not. So this is, I probably want to go like 130. So let's grab if x is less than 130, and I want this to be 130, then if x is less than 130, then change x by 10. So, oh, no, that still gets me out. Notice how far that gets me? So I probably want to do, if I'm going to try to get here, let's see, this right here is 126. So now if it's less than 126, it won't go, and if it's greater, then it will. So over here, right, I've got that, and then over here I got to drop in the same thing, and right there I'm at negative. So if x position and negative 144, and there we go. And now this is when I push the left arrow. If the x position is greater than negative 144, then it will move. And now I've created this, and I'm basically trapped inside my box. No matter what I do, I will never end up leaving my box. And so that's something that inequalities can do. Now you can do other more complicated things with inequalities. One example of this is the idea of, imagine having levels where you level up. You get experience, you level up. Well, you could go ahead and use an if scenario, right? Where if this happens, if x is between 1,000 and 2,000, then you become level 1 or you become level 2. And so there's lots of ways you can do this, but these are really important things to understand, especially in the video game realm, but kind of with any programming. In order to create these pretty basic boundaries is just a simple example, but there's all kind of thing that you want to do, like, hey, if it's less than this amount, right, then don't do this thing. If you don't have more than 5,000 gold and you're trying to buy something that costs 5,000 gold, you can't buy it. So don't transfer the item. And you have to build that manually into the game itself.